make access to mobile phones affordable.
Even if I work on phone, now phone the price no I open 2,000 cedis, which I doubt say no kita 2,000 cedis. When your phone papa be amposa, then you go and get this phone 2,000 cedis. If you are paying 1 CD a month for that phone, it will take you about 166 years and some coins before you finish paying. Now one cause out to you for how long? Now better phone 2,000 now the 166 years. Aqua kochia nampo se uchia 2 CDs for a phone that costs 2,000 CDs. 2 CDs a month it will take you about 83 years and some 4 months and some will be cheery. Now phone company bena or then the phone brand say chia would the 83 years ebe cheery. Mas a phone would the one say ogoto sa nkwancha phone 800 CDs be crampona. It will still take you about 66 years to finish paying if you are paying 1 CD. It will take you 66 years. Now, so wait the 20 years did that? Not yourself for your phone. Who met your phone? You know where the 86.
All right, so let's jump right in. All right, so we heard somebody call him Captain Digitalization.
Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawizi.
Bawizi, he's got a lot of nicknames out there. But for me, nothing really surprises me anymore in terms of like politics in Africa, right? We are politicians who just come out and say things that they think the masses want to hear. But the point is, are they even authorized to be saying stuff like, because at the end of the day, it's still going to be taxpayers' money you're going to be using to run those projects, right? So I feel like it has to pass through like the natural protocol, like, order of things. And then if it's approved, then things get done. So if you make promises, is it promises that you sure you're going to be able to kind of like, walk through the process of parliament and then get approved, or are you just saying what people want to hear? Because in this case, he's talking about people, getting phones on credit. And I don't want to delve into that, right? Like, they can pay 1 or 2 cedis per month for the installment, which is not realistic. But I feel like we shouldn't discuss because it's pointless. So the point is it up to them? Is it up to them to make these promises, which we know they cannot keep? Because everything you want to implement has to go through Parliament, right? It has to get approved by Parliament.
I just think that they should make promises, but not those mediocre promises.
No, should they make promises or policies?
Well, you make a policy and then you promise that you will fulfill that policy.
Okay,
because
but in this case, they're not really
because you're campaigning to gain
based on your policy, you make promises.
Yeah, but we're not hearing policies; we're hearing promises.
Because that is what we know. That is what they are serving
So that's what the masses.
Yes, they are serving the masses. We love it.
Yeah.
Listen. Mm-hmm. An NDC person, an MPP person will come under this code and or this video and chat practically nonsense. Mm-hmm. Why? Because he believes the promises that their candidates are making. Mm-hmm. You understand?
Yeah.
And that is what most of the masses mm-hmm. like. You understand?
Yeah.
That is why you have people with audacity, with that edge, mm-hmm. that they will come. Somebody like Napo, right? Feels like he have every right to come and shit on somebody like Nkrumah or talk ill about Nkrumah or compare Akufo-Addo's regime to Nkrumah.
Is it all for traction though? Just to get some traction on social media and get the campaign?
It is
spreading fast.
1, it is for traction. 2, it is let's call a spade a spade. It is just they don't regard the people they are dealing with.
It's a disrespect for the masses.
It's disrespect for the masses, because think about it. No matter how most of us are not into politics, mm-hmm. we can actually tell when you pick somebody like Nkrumah, or you pick some of their promises that they go on their trails and they make. We can easily tell 1966 what promises were made by the then Nkrumah regime, right? Mm-hmm. The CPP and those other who challenged him then. Mm-hmm. We can compare. And we can compare the 12 years or 16 years of the NDC and the MPP. And you can see so many promises. Mm-hmm. but none of them can be compared to, let's say, somebody like Nkrumah. But they've not changed their tactics. They keep doing the same thing. And that is why somebody like me, I feel somebody like Cheddar, if Ghanaians can see the light and Cheddar can put himself in a very good position with certain moves, he not this particular election, but he stands a bigger chance of breaking this curse that we have with this MPP and NDC. Because they've made so many promises. Listen, Baumia said, promise the northern region. I've forgotten the project, but he said, I think sometimes our people, some of us don't listen. When these politicians talk, we don't listen.
Yeah.
He said, oh, we've awarded a contract, right? Listen carefully. We've awarded a contract. This project will start on this day. I've spoken to the contractors and they will start. But then they have to bring the plant. How can you award a contract when you've not seen the plan? What is going to be done? How can you? But he stands on stage and yap this, and people cheer. Yeah, we will do it. It is done.
Yeah, for me, I mean, this is somebody who said when the when your fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you.
Yes.
So where is the exchange rate right now?
It's exposing him.
It means that the fundamentals are non-existent.
Okay, it's not even like you're saying. So at the end of the day, what is he really like campaigning for?
You know,
what are the new ideas? What are the new bold, brazen ideas that he's cutting across?
Thank you. On top of it, he has been for the past 8 years the vice president.
Yeah, but I mean that. Besides that, if you talk about making things affordable, let's pick the phone for instance, right? Even if these guys get the phones that you're talking about, can they even afford data?
Now, even there's a huge issue in
that's what I'm referring to about data, right? Data purchase is so ridiculously expensive that people cannot even put data on their phone. It's like I got people that you call, you talk to, and it's like boom, you send them a message, it doesn't tick blue because once they're done talking, they turn the data off. Yeah. So it's something that I feel like should not even be something he's campaigning about. I think he actually has to be talking about providing jobs, right? Because I think if you have a job, then buying a phone should not be a problem. I do not need my government to help me purchase a phone because I have a job that can help me buy a phone.
And even if you have a job and you should have the option. Then you have the option to buy it cash or on credit.
Or on credit.
Because even on credit, it means you have a job that enables you to pay back the installments.
Listen, the truth is, he's not coming up with anything new. This credit thing, Ghana, I grew up where some family members, they silver pants, right? They take it on credit. It is something that has been done in our culture.
Credit unions,
and they sell those things. Those days it was like that.
Yeah.
These days I think it's still there, but it's so high. There's no job. People things are difficult for people. So he's not coming up with any brilliant idea.
For me, let me put it this way. I think that promises from politicians per se, it's not a bad thing because you need to convince people to vote for you. Where I have a problem is when you promise and you don't fulfill and you come back and promise another regime, another term. Now, there are certain things that a government should take care of that shouldn't be part of a promise. For example, if you tell me when you come into power, you're going to construct my road, it shouldn't be in the promise because as a government that we are voting into power to manage our resources, it shouldn't even be part of it. It's something that you automatically have to do.
And I disagree with you a little bit. They shouldn't come promising us anything. You have to come and tell us this is what I'm going to do. It is not a promise. It shouldn't be. Don't promise me because you're coming to use my money anyways. So tell me, with your money, I'm coming to do A, B, and C within this set time. I always say this, within this set time. If I'm not able to do it, and this is where the promise should come in. If I'm not able to do this in 2 years, you can go on the streets and challenge me.
More like a pledge.
Yes. Don't come and promise me that when you come, you fix my road. My road needs fixing since 1962.
And it's something you have to do anyway.
Anyway.
So it's nothing
it should be part of the
extraordinary.
budget. And I mean, like, at the same time we do say talk is cheap, right? If you look at a country like Burkina Faso,
Talk is really cheap.
what's the guy's name? Ibrahim Traore.
Yeah.
This guy was trying to organize elections for the country for them to have like a democratic election and pick a new president. And the crazy part is the locals, the masses, the natives are actually saying no.
No.
They're out there protesting, saying no.
We
We
like-
want you to keep doing what you're doing. So action speaks louder than words.
Thank you.
So based on his track record, people want to keep him in power, right?
Right.
So you've been in power for how long? And you keep
8
saying
years.
you keep saying you're the driver's mate. You're the driver's mate. And suddenly it's like, boom, okay, you're gonna do something so drastically, like, new that we should.
But
all
even
vote
with
for
that
you.
logic, driver's mate, we've all sat in trotro before. Where sometimes the driver will be driving rough and the mate will say, boss, please slow down.
Yeah.
You understand? The next stop, we have to stop here and there and
Yeah.
there and there. Actually, the mate helps the driver. What has been his job since he has been the driver's mate?
And actually, he even saying that he's a driver's mate. A lot of people, even critics of Akufo-Addo, have come out to defend him because they said when they go back to the campaign time, he said clearly and honestly that he is not an economist, and that's the reason why he brought Baumia, who is an astute economist, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's true. At the Bank of Ghana, during the redenomination of the Ghana cedi under Akufo, Baumia was one of the big guys at Bank of Ghana, and they were able to redenominate our currency and all that. And in his time at the Bank of Ghana, he actually put in work that was healthy for Ghana. And Akufo-Addo said it clearly that he's not an economist, so he can't deal with that part. He's only good with governance.
Yeah.
That's why he was bringing a brilliant economist. So when you even hear critics, that's why they say that this one, no one should blame Akufo-Addo because he was honest about it.
Yeah.
So now you turn around and say you were just the mate. When even in presidency, the president made it clear that he's putting you as the head of the economic management team. So you can't turn around now and say, I was mate.
I didn't know.
You were
I didn't
handling
know
the
you
economy.
wanted me to handle the economy.
And some have even said that he's the most lucky vice president because he had a clear mandate.
Yeah.
The president said, I'm letting this go, you take care of it. So at the end of the day, you should take the full blame because he made it very clear.
No, but even if you say that, okay, for argument's sake, let's say fine, you're the driver's mate. I get it. So mates usually see, like you're saying, the errors and everything the driver is making, right?
Yeah.
So what are you gonna come to pretty much bring on
Correct.
board, right?
Oh,
that would
correct,
correct all the past mistakes your driver kind of like can implement it.
Yeah.
But we're not hearing any of these policies, right? Things that are gonna bring like drastic change. People need jobs, right? Hospitals are like terrible. It's like I always say pick one sector of our public sector in Ghana, right? And tell me, okay, this side is really working. I mean, let's give these guys some credit for that. I look out at the sector and I feel like whatever is happening, they're supposed to be done. Probably we're like 10 years behind, probably 20 years, right? If you put up a new airport, it's nothing to really kind of like brag about.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like you say you're getting loans from IMF, you're getting taxes, you're getting everything. It's like we got resources that we shipping overseas. So if you put up a new airport, are you supposed to get credit for that?
No, my brother, you get credit for putting up an airport because this is it. Where you don't get credit for is the road leading to the airport is still the same.
I get that part.
Okay, so let's say you've for traveling sake. Now I know when I'm going to Tamale or I'm going to Kumasi, I get a short. Cool. I get that. I will not overpraise you, but okay, fine for that initiative. But what about the person who doesn't have the money
To board a plane or
thank you
to the airport.
The road, the same road that will break your waist, is still there.
And what
It has been there since.
What are the other industries the airport is serving?
Thank you.
If you had industries and people had to be flying, engineers, business people to and fro to do business, then you say that because even lately it's come out that most of our new airports are running bankrupt. There's no
Listen,
revenue.
we are here, right? You go to Pudong, right? For example, the Shanghai airport.
The district, yeah, in Shanghai.
No, I'm talking about the Pudong airport.
Pudong Airport, International Airport, okay, cool.
When you go there, the airport serves you so many things. right? You have your food, your whatever.
Hotels, everything.
What about ours?
Yeah,
So I will not necessarily praise you for coming up. You can stand on platforms, but that's what I'm saying. It is on to us. I'm talking about the public here. When they come on stage and they are talking, challenge them.
But like I
Or
said,
you don't go there and listen to
I would
them.
have literally just walked off when you started talking about this 1, 2 cities thing. Because it circles back. When you say like the roads, like, you know, the road that leads to the airport, what's the condition of that road? It's the same thing. If you tell me you're going to help me be able to purchase a phone on credit, why don't you rather, what do? Equip me with the tools that I need to be able to work for myself so I can buy my own phone.
Without doing
like I said,
credit.
making the credit, you know, thing an option.
That was what I was going to cut. You know, later on he came to try to explain himself, saying that
on
said that
Instagram,
because,
right?
Yeah, after creating a credit system, a credit score system, which is a good thing, but you make it situational. If you are campaigning to people who are predominantly farmers, tell them that you're going to create a credit system where maybe for the next 2 years, if you're able to cultivate and harvest 10,000 acres worth of corn, then we're going to give you this amount of credit, for example, and then maybe you can buy combine harvesters or implements at 50-70% government subsidy, because that is what is relevant to them. That farmer who is living in Binduri, he doesn't have time to watching TikTok and all that. He doesn't need a smartphone. He needs farm implements to make his
farm tools
to grow his farming. That's what's important to him. But if you go and if you come and tell government workers this, I can understand, because government workers need smartphones. They're the kind of people who use that. But if you're going to Wale Wale to talk to a farmer who's been doing cutlass and hoe since his forefathers' time, and you're not telling him something that will make his work easier to improve productivity, that's where I want you to create a credit score for him, not create a credit score for buying a phone, because he needs farm implements, not a phone.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I was talking about. It's like, I'm not for NDC or MPP or whatever, but the point is, if you think about
your man is getting pissed.
Yeah, no, because the thing is like, it almost looks like, you know, you feel like, oh, these guys are not very discerning, so you kind of like, you know, it's a bit condescending.
That is what it is. No,
it's very condescending.
I keep repeating myself.
Politics. Thank you.
Am I the only person here?
Yeah, because at the end of the day,
they think they are. Listen, take. Since the campaign have started, or since he has been campaigning, they've been going around him, Napo, and including some of the NDC people. And when you combine all these people, sometimes you listen to what they're saying, you're like, you guys are taking us for a ride.
Yeah, but whatever they say, also, it's not really detailed. It's not very comprehensive.
Just throw things out there.
Muhammad said he's going to create a 24-hour economy. What kind of like industrialized, sophisticated,
will require people to be out there at 2 a.m.
sophisticated economy,
sitting there for what?
Industries do we have to see you're gonna create a 24-hour economy?
Before you come up, like you said, okay, I'm going to create about, let's say in the next 2 years, I'm going to create about 50 industries. By that, we will push
but you
people.
have to rename them. We need to understand comprehensively
I'm going to
how it's gonna
create
pan
this
out.
and that here in this region, this region, this region. This is my plan. And then with that, I will do this 24-hour where if you feel like working, you can go to a work during the day. If you feel like you can apply for it, you get. These are some of the things. But you just don't come and tell me 24-hour and then, okay, yes, 24-hour.
Because I think I read somewhere, I think it was around 2017, I'm not really sure. There was like this survey that was done by one reputable like institution. They were like, Ghana is worth, I think, based on our resources, about $12 trillion.
Yeah.
I never know that. I don't know, it's 12, 17, I'm not really sure. So if you think about that and think about the monies we go out there to borrow, right? It's almost embarrassing.
A whole country going for
almost embarrassing.
$3 billion.
Exactly.
It's like,
so the point that I'm making is that it's like they come out to see, okay, 24-hour economy. It's not very comprehensive. What do you mean by that?
Yep. Let me throw this one in. So that's why I like when Cheddar is speaking, because when he met, for example, the artists union or whatever,
I saw that.
He gave them a perfect example.
Yeah.
He told them that he would create, what is it, like a, not a studio, like a, what would that thing that
like
they call?
the one the Chinese have here, like a whole, like a park,
like a movie, like sound stages and all those.
It's like a recorded movies and all that. And he said, he gave some numbers. He said if you invest, I'm not quoting him, but let's say you invest like $500 million, it's a lot of money that you can borrow to do that. Yeah. But imagine you have a center close to Hollywood or Bollywood or wherever. And he mentioned that, can you imagine people who are trying to get into Hollywood and can't get a chance, when they hear that, oh, in Ghana, a peaceful country, there is a studio that is very close to this, you can go and do all your hit songs, your movie scenes and all that.
Sets.
They come, one scene you pay $100,000. Somebody else is shooting somewhere, you're paying $200,000, something like that. You can recoup all that money and start making profit within a few years. And by that, you're pulling tourism, you're growing the country's image and making revenue as well. So that was a concrete example, a roadmap he had given, which is feasible, it's achievable. So these are some of the things that we want you to tell people, things that are feasible, not things just building castles in the air and throwing sand in people's eyes.
I don't believe that they don't know or they don't have the kind of ideas someone like Chada have, right? It is just that they just feel like we should be fed to the wolves.
I think it's
that is what why they are doing it. Because
I think that is the
power, extreme power brings what?
corruption.
Thank you. And they've been and I'm saying those two political parties, but the MPP, the NDC, they've seen it before.
And impunity, like
impunity, nothing happens to them. So they can
I
come
do
and
think
make
it's
a promise.
just the difference between leadership and politicians, right? Because you're in to kind of make people feel like you're doing things or you're getting something done, but you're not really. It's I think Denzel Washington
Busy
made
for
that
nothing.
quote. No, he said that thing: "Do not confuse movement with progress."
Yes.
Just because you're moving and you're everywhere, it doesn't mean you're making progress. So I feel the same side. They're moving about doing a lot of things, but we're not really seeing the results.
Yeah.
So this was like I don't really. I mean, I do like Chet as a person, but I'm not really sure if he can do everything he's saying he's going to do. But at least, like we say, right, listen to the message and forget about the messenger, right? I mean, pay attention. So whatever he's saying kind of makes sense. Whatever he says, people keep coming up with the same questions. How are we going to get the money? And it's so preposterous to me because it's like we are sitting on money. When did we start digging or kind of mining gold in Ghana, right? And is it done? It's like, don't we have any more gold? Is it finished? On people still mining? So what do we mean by where we're going to get the money? Wait, hold on. Did our cocoa run out? Did we run dry on cocoa?
No. Just not thinking.
Okay, are we now exporting cassava? We just lithium. We just discovered we got oil, we got diamonds. So timber, it's like when you say where we're going to get it, it's very, very naive to ask that kind of question. Where are we going to get the money?
Well, let me explain before I forget what I'm going to say. They think we are not that educated, right?
Which we're not.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm holding on.
But the sad truth now is that the truth now is that a lot of us are well educated, but we want to run and go outside the country. We don't want to have anything to do with the country because we feel more or less Ghana is like a crime scene, and a lot of people don't want to be part of it. And a lot of people don't want to be part of this political thing. A lot of people are saying, I don't even want to vote anymore.
If you say we're not as dumb as we used to be, or we're actually smart, and I'm like, how does that show? I don't really see it.
I think
because if they still go out there to campaign, you still got like hundreds and thousands of people running after them on.
I will explain the reason. The reason is that a lot of us are still not educated, but we are still. It is loyalty.
Educated
blind loyalty.
Yes.
Loyalty.
Blind loyalty. Yeah. No, because it was passed on. So this political party was passed on by my grandmother. My whole family is this, party B. Yeah. So you can see, but to get out of that box, you're like, let me just stick with what I know.
Yeah.
And that is where the problem is.
Oh man, it's like it's kind of sad, but
the lies for me, it's
a sad truth.
The lies they lie too much, man.
No, man, I had a phone call with somebody from Ghana last time. I don't want to mention their names, but then he was like, if I could help his nephew or cousin, I forgot what he said. Yeah. And I'm like, what's up? And he's like, this guy graduated 8 years ago. And he's never found a job. At least not a full time.
I know somebody 10 years ago.
I'm like, no, you gotta be. It's like, I'm not. It's like 8 years. He's never found a steady job. And he's like, if I can do, you know how it goes, right? If you can do your best to help out, so you can come over and
get out of the system.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, right? But then it was so like
disheartening.
Yeah, it was like, I was just thinking about like 8 years for a young guy. I mean, think about it when you finish. when you graduated, let's say how old were you? Let's say 20 to 20. Now it's like you in your 30s.
Yeah.
Getting to
When
40.
do you start a family? When do you have a, you know what I mean, right?
Listen, I'm telling you, I came back from Ghana not long ago. Yeah. And you know, you have high expectations of certain people around you and society. And for years, I've been away for years. So, and you see those people and they are like, they are the same.
Yeah, let's wrap it up
So
because going back to what politicians, I think we digressed a little bit,
Yeah.
but going back to promises politicians make, I mean, it makes no sense. Because think about it. Muhammad said, well, he's going to make Accra the Dubai of Africa.
And he said he
Where
would be
is it?
truthful to us.
No, he said he was going to make Accra the Dubai. That was his mantra, Dubai of Africa. Where is that?
And this time he's saying he will be truthful to us.
Secondly, I think a couple of months ago, this money that the the sanitation minister got, I think it was like $250 million. That was earmarked for the cleaning up of Accra. No, they wanted Accra to be the cleanest city in Africa.
Yeah.
It's always these ideas that never come to fruition. Like the monies get earmarked and nothing happens. And nobody gets held accountable. So that's what we're saying again. If you guys think we're not making any sense, tell me if what you think it makes sense, right? That you earmarked $250 million to make Accra the cleanest city in Africa, and we don't see it happen. Muhammad came and said he was going to make Accra the Dubai of Africa. We did not see it. It's like these promises keeps biting them, like, you know, in their behind, and we still keep believing them. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying do not support whatever you want to support, but I would not go stand under 35-degree sunshine and listen to these guys and cheer them on. So over to you guys. Like I said, at the end of the day, these are just our opinions. We're not politicians. We're not, pundits of any kind. We're just giving our opinions.
And please leave your comments.
So you
like,
guys
share,
should do the same. Leave your opinions
subscribe.
down there, but please keep it respectful because we do not mean to kind of offend or disrespect anybody, right?
It's our opinion. So you can disagree, but you can disagree without insulting.
All right. So on the next episode,
Peace out.
that's all.